Okay, guys, we had a massive move from BTC yesterday. Something strange happened in the market, which I talked about on my Twitter. If you're not following my Twitter, go and follow it, by the way, guys, because I posted this yesterday saying, I hate to say it, but if gold and the stock market keep pumping like this, BTC is going to go up. I'm hoping for a correction, but with this gap, whales are likely to buy BTC, which will pick up the rest of the crypto market. I took some more profits off my shorts, can't lose now. And I actually opened a long position. So I posted in my Discord yesterday around 7:56. S&P is pumping, Bitcoin is dumping, but this was possibly a short squeeze, right? Sorry, a long squeeze. They were trying to flush out the longs before letting the price move to the upside because, look, we can say BTC is gold, it's following gold. It's a tech stock, it's following the Nasdaq, it's following the stock market. And until we see it change, right? Larry Fink can come out and say that BTC is the new digital gold, all he likes, and everyone can call it the new gold, but we see it imitating the stock market, we see it imitating gold, and until that changes, the trend is your friend until the end. I'm not gonna treat it as gold, but we are trading against the stock market and gold. So if the stock market and gold are pumping, it's very likely that BTC is not going to dump short term. It's going to follow that trade. So in my opinion, this was a squeeze to flush out some longs, maybe try and suck in some bears, try and get people to flip short. So I actually took a long position around 109,590. It was quite large for me personally. I put on 1% on 40x. I also took some more trades on my DGen account. So I made around $17,000 or $8,000 on that move. TP 25% on all shorts. So I took some more profits from our short positions. We've been shorting loads of stuff, as you've probably seen. I was shorting World Liberty Finance. I've been shorting Kanye West's meme. Loads of different stuff. I took some profits from those. The stop losses are at entry, so I can't lose now. I've already won. If the market rallies or pumps, those are going to get stopped out in profits, so that's fine. I've already won. And I've left them open for now just to see what happens with this BTC move, because we are coming up to quite big resistance, which I'm going to talk about what I'm doing. We did have the buy signal from the SMC bot around 108.7, and then we had a rejection from our first resistance area. Look, we literally tapped it to the exact key. This is where I was interested in getting a rejection. And then we came down into the Fibonacci golden ratio zone. So I posted in the Discord, look, back into the Fib golden ratio. If you run the fib from the top, the bottom of the move to the top of the move, the golden ratio gives you here, and look where it bounced, guys, to the exact T of this golden ratio. If we look at the chart, it literally bounced off that exact line and then moved to the up. So Fibonacci's, I don't really use them all the time. One thing I do is for retracements, and I only trade the golden ratio, so I actually deleted the rest of the lines because, I only want to see max consistency, and if my probabilities on a retracement are that the price is going to come into this green zone, fantastic. I know where I need to take my long position. I know that I can't really lose too much, because if I'm looking for a long in this small range here, then I can set my stop loss here, or I can set my stop loss here, right? So I do love the Fibonacci golden ratio for your retracements, and this is like a classic example of how this is perfect for these pullbacks. So yeah, the S&P was running, Bitcoin was dumping. We had divergence. Bitcoin shouldn't have been dumping, especially when the S&P was actually trying to move to all-time high. We had a breakout from gold, so I said these are the technical targets. If we have a break to the downside, it's down here, and a break to the upside is up here. Unbelievably, gold broke to the upside. I thought it would at least have a cool down before moving to the upside, but gold continues its rampage to the upside. Absolutely insane. And the target is up here, right, for this breakout. So potentially Bitcoin might follow this. Bitcoin usually lags 3 months behind gold, but if gold is going crazy, then a lot of whales will start to just buy BTC anyway, right? Usually the big move is followed 3 months later or so, but sometimes people will just FOMO in, especially if the stock market is rallying. So when you've got the stock market and gold rallying, Bitcoin should not be doing what it done yesterday. See how it was like, it was just trending down as gold was trending up and the stock market was trending up. This was a squeeze, right? Just flush out longs. So where are we going next? What am I doing now? So I'm still in my longs. I haven't taken any profits just yet, which I'll explain why. I could technically take 25% off the table just so it's a free bet and I've won. But I am waiting for the market to open today because we have some jobs data. So I might make the decision on the jobs data, which comes out in like a few hours. So I'll probably wait for the jobs data. If we start to really tank, yeah, I'll take 25% profits off the table. But there is a possibility that we go higher. The USDT dominance also could come down a bit here. Now we are in this bullish wedge, which I'm expecting to push to the upside at some point or another. But we have been coming down to test this level, back to resistance, test this level, back to resistance. The next move would technically be to test our support line down here. So there is a bit of fuel in the tank here for us to come down, which would bring crypto up. And then I would be quite interested in a rejection off of this and then a move to the upside. I do think this is going to break at some point or another, guys. It's a bullish wedge. It's a bullish pattern. You know, it tends to break to the upside. So we do have to be very careful that if we come back down here and we push this trend line, and let's say BTC has pushed to the upside. So let's say BTC has rallied to the upside here and broken out of our falling wedge, which is also a falling channel, which is also a bullish pattern. And we get some confluence here, and the stable coins find a floor, then brilliant, right? Then we'd be looking for some sort of a move here. These patterns tend to break out 60 to 70% of the way into the channel as well. So we are getting closer to that time frame where we should eventually break out of this. This also lines up with my prediction for BTC. Do you remember back in February when I posted the potential next moves for Bitcoin? So I said it's probably going to come down to this white line here. It's probably going to bounce up to the top of the yellow line, and then it's probably going to get rejected and come down. And, you know, that's pretty much exactly what we saw, right? This is the white line where I said it was going to bounce down here, so somewhere around here up to the yellow, and then it literally bounced straight up to the yellow and is getting rejected now. I don't know if this is going to play out. So this is longer term time frames, guys. I do take day trades. I'm trading the days with this call here, right? When I took this long position here, I'm doing small short-term trades here. It doesn't mean I'm bullish. It doesn't mean I'm bearish. If I take a long here, it doesn't mean that I think the entire market's going to rally. It just means that this is a nice trade setup for me, and maybe I'll take some profits off the table. You know, I'm already up like $17,000. I'm not trying to make $200,000 off of this trade. It's a short-term trade. But this is my longer-term time frames, and this is where most of my money is going to be made. You don't really have to be good at trading, right? You just have to be good at buying in the bear market, right? When we bought down here in the bear market back in 2022, 2023, we had the buy signal from the SMC bot. You just have to be good at buying down here and taking profits in the pumps, right? Those are the only two things you have to be good at. Day trading is a lot harder. And, you know, I am going to day trade. I've been making a lot of money day trading. So, you know, I'm still going to do it. But it is a lot harder. It does take knowledge, skills, discipline, tools, trading tools, on-chain data. It's not as easy as just buying in the bear market and selling the bull. Okay, so two different strategies there, long-term and short-term. I think some people are getting confused watching my videos. You know, you're bullish, you're bearish. If I'm taking a day trade, I might take another short tomorrow, guys. It doesn't mean that I'm bullish. It doesn't mean I'm bearish on the market. It doesn't mean I'm bullish. I've already taken a lot of profits out of the market. You know, many things, done 20x, 50x, 100x, and I've already taken my profits off the table. Now I'm sort of day trading. I have a small moon bag left in crypto just in case this time's different and I'm wrong. But yeah. Overall, this is what happened last cycle. We came down to this white line, we lost support, we had a retest here of the bull run trend line, and we went into the bear market, and then we recovered and we went into the next cycle. So if this does play out, this is where I'm going to absolutely change my life, buying down here. I've already taken some profits in the pumps. We took some profits in the altcoin pumps. And, you know, this is what I'm focused on long term. It doesn't mean that we can't take short-term trades. We also can't be too confident in our positions, right? Even though this is kind of almost moved exactly as I described, I can't get too confident and just, you know, be set in my ways that this is going to play out. Why? Because if it doesn't, then I'm going to lose money. If it does this and I'm betting on this with 100% conviction, I'm going to end up losing a lot of money. So the trend is your friend until the end, and I'm just going to continue to trade the levels in between. When we come down to these potential reversal points, I'm going to take longs, and when we come up to resistance, I'm going to take short positions. I'm just saying the USD balance, the USD dominance is indicating that we might follow the pattern that I expected us to follow, right? If we come down here and we find, and this acts as support again, and we start to move to the upside, it's going to line up very well with us coming down here and getting rejected. Okay, so long term, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Are we going to break up or down here, right? Is Bitcoin going to continue to move up here, or are we actually going to start breaking to the downside? So we're in this bounce. Obviously, this is a big level, 112.4k, big level. Clearly, we're getting rejected. What's the good news? Well, we're challenging it again very soon, right? We tried to test it. It had a sell-off, as you would expect. And we've come straight back the next day, and we actually pierced through it, okay? So this is a very bullish sign. Now, don't forget, I'm not just trading BTC here. I'm also looking at the S&P. I'm looking at gold. If these continue to move up, I would expect BTC to move up with it. Why? Because there's a massive gap right now, and the S&P is about to break into all-time highs. And if it continues this rally, people are going to buy, whales are going to buy BTC because it's lagging behind the stock market trade, okay? So there is a potential that we could actually break above this channel. The trend is your friend until the end, okay? And this is resistance until proven otherwise. So I don't know how I'm going to trade this. If I do take a trade, I might take a hedge long. So I might leave, sorry, a hedge short. So I might leave my long on. So I might leave my BTC long on. I might take some profits around resistance. Okay, if we tap this resistance, I might take some off the table. I might open a hedge short just in case this gets rejected and we come back down to the bottom of the channel, which is definitely possible. It's on the cards. So I might take a hedge short here with a stop loss just above. And then if it continues to push, bang, I'm still in my long positions. And if we break out of this channel, I do expect us to go much higher. Of course, we're going to have to keep an eye on the stock market as well, right? So this is a bullish wedge. Look, if the wedge was like this, and we were like trading up and down like this would be a bearish wedge, right? And we'd be looking for a break to the downside. But sorry, a channel, not a wedge. So this is a bullish falling channel, and more often than not, they do tend to break to the upside, okay? So that's how I'm kind of going to trade it. I do think Ethereum is lagging, by the way, guys. If BTC has had the move, but Ethereum hasn't really had the move. Ethereum is actually at a lovely support level, so it's another easy trade. I'll do a separate video on ETH because I also am in an ETH long position. I also took an ETH long yesterday, which I posted in my Discord as well. I think that one's about 60% in profits. So yeah, doing quite well. If we break out to the top of this channel, what's the next target I'm looking at? Probably pushing up to resistance, guys. Probably pushing up to resistance. Let's have a look on the weekly time frame. I would probably be looking at a target back at resistance, probably trying to push up to 119, 120 level again. And that's where I'd definitely be interested in taking a short position, probably taking profits off my long, or slowly taking some more profits off my long just in case the stock market continues to rally. If the stock market continues to rally, sometimes support and resistance lines can go out the window, right? If the macro is going absolutely ballistic, and you know we're getting more rate cuts and everyone's frothing back into the market, then yeah, TA, resistance lines, support lines, take them with a pinch of salt. It can go out of the window, and the trend is your friend until the end. So let's see how it plays out. Let me know what you think, guys. If you want to get this SMC bot, so if you want to get these buy and sell signals in your own trading view, join our Discord so you can see our buy and sell alerts as well. All of our leverage trades. It's not just me. I have a professional leverage trader in the group who also gives separate calls and separate setups. So you've got two of us there giving potential setups, and you don't need a paid trading view for the SMC bot to work. It works on a free trading view, and then you just literally click whatever asset you want to look at, and it's going to give you buy and sell signals on different assets. So we look at XRP. Let's go and have a look at XRP. Still no sell on XRP. Last buy signal was down here at 54 cents, and it came back to the SMC support line. So you see here, this green line is the SMC support line, came back exactly to the SMC support. So the trend is your friend until the end. When you have a correction or a cool down, you had the yellow candle here to signal that you were topping. So you see on the SMC bot, it says downtrend here. Yellow candle flashed, came into a correction. This is support, bang. This is where you long. Yellow candle flashed, indicating that you're going to come into a correction. That's why you short. And then we came down here. And the question is now, are we going to break to the upside or downside on XRP? I've drawn out these targets. So these are the technical targets if we get a move to the upside or downside on XRP. don't forget, none of the information in this video is financial advice, guys. Do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky. You can lose all of your money investing in anything. These are just my strategies. These are just what I do. So you should always seek professional advice before taking any trades. If you want to get the SMC bot and you want to join us in the Discord and you want to see all of our calls and what trades we're taking, then head over to my X account, search this one, not the top one, search this one, and then click this link here. And in there, you'll see some links for Patreon. Click the Patreon link, and then once you join, you can get set up with us. It's a monthly fee, guys. You know, you can leave at any time, but as you can see here, we've got so many members in our Discord that are, you know, in with us taking trades. We've got so many different roles in here, and you know, everyone can leave at any time. So you know, we're doing pretty well, guys. If you want to try it out for a month or so, jump in. You can leave at any time if it's not for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTube video to stay up to date with all the latest. Press the bell notification button. Until then, I will catch you guys on the next one.